How's it going, everybody? Kyle, Epic here with another tutorial for you all. This week is on the basics of tricking. If you're a tricker and you're kind of interested in getting started but you're not sure where to start in tricking, this I hope would be the ideal place to start by teaching you guys the two most important kicks to know in tricking, which is the roundhouse kick and the hook kick. And what I'm going to do is teach you ways to combine those kicks in two simple combinations, and then add a jump, add a turn, and then that'll hopefully help you, get on your way with tricking and give you an idea as to how certain combinations work. And I'm sure by then you'll know what the trick is, so they'll help you out with other tricks as well. With nothing more to do, let's get started. So the history of the roundhouse is it was used to kick around houses, around the corner of a house, to knock a guy off a horse. That's the brief history lesson. What you want to think about doing is you're kicking with your shin. So think of your shin as a blade, and when you're kicking across, not up, because you want to keep every kick, every turn, every motion in a circular motion here. If you send it off axis, you're going to come back off axis. So when you kick, try and kick across, aiming with your shin. In a roundhouse kick, your toe is pointed down like that, so it should never be flexed. Unless you don't care about form, then by all means go for it. But if you do care about form, FYI, your toe is pointed in a roundhouse. You're going to come up with your knee here, like this. I kind of use my knee to aim where I'm kicking, and as you bring that knee up, you're going to pivot that front foot like that. All you're going to do is just come up on the balls of your feet, lift your heel, and just kind of turn that heel in that direction to kind of open your hips more. If you don't do that, your kick is going to look like this. And that's alright, but it hurts the ankle, and if you don't do it right, then it's just not comfortable. So when you pivot, you're more open, allowing that kick to feel more comfortable. Now, if you want to think of forms, you can think about bringing the knee up at a 45 here, kicking at full extending at 0 right in front of you, where your target is, and then chambering it back at the other 45, and then coming out of it. If you don't care about chambering, then I guess you could just kind of snap the roundhouse kick and make it the snap at least look clean. Then once you get one side down, start practicing the other side, or practice both sides at the same time and just kind of drill them. You can start squared off and just go roundhouse, boom, square, roundhouse, boom, square, and just keep going, boom, come back, roundhouse, and just kind of drill more and more. The more you do it, the better you'll get. Focusing on aiming with your shin, getting that snap in there, and just kind of cleaning it up, making it look nice. And then you go to the hook kick, which is the next kick, where you kind of hook your leg around. Now, unlike the roundhouse kick, the hook kick, your foot is flexed like this. So your toes are not pointed in the hook. The hook has flexed feet, and you are aiming with your heel and not your shin. So the hook kick, foot flexed, aim with the heel, and kind of like the roundhouse, you're kind of starting at a 45, extending at the middle, and then bending it back. If you care about form, you do want to bring it up, bent, extend, and then bent, and then down. If you don't care about form, most people tend to keep their leg straight in the beginning, and then hook it at the end to accentuate that bend, that actual hooking kick, and then just kind of looks better. So it kind of depends. The way I kind of teach doing the hook kick is you want to start with your back facing the direction you want to kick. So if I want to kick that way, I'm starting with my back turn. And what I'm going to do is pick a leg. So if I'm going to kick with my left leg. In order to do that, I'm going to have to turn to my left with my shoulders and my hips, looking over that shoulder, bringing this leg up, either straight or bent, whether you care about form or not. Here, 45, foot's flexed. Then turn my hips even more by pushing off my bottom foot to help me turn. And then as you turn your hips and lead with your ass here, you go bent and back. And then you just do the hook kick. And then you can start on the other side. Here, other shoulder, turn that same opposite direction, lead with your ass here and back. And then once you have an idea of how to do those, you can drill those back and forth. Step over in front here, keep turning in that direction, hook kick with that first leg. Back to here, step over the other way, keep turning that direction, kick with that first leg, boom, and then you can just kind of go back and just keep drilling it over and over and get those down. A couple bad habits that people kind of develop when doing the roundhouse kick and the hook kick and it's very challenging to fix it at first, but when you really follow through, it's easier. In the roundhouse kick, everybody kind of has a tendency to let that top hand hang back as they kick. So you don't want to go here, because by letting that hand hang back, you slow your momentum down. And if you ever wanted to go into another move after that, it's going to be a lot harder. And when we do the next combination here in this tutorial, it'll be a lot more challenging. So if you can get used to kicking by pulling your arms in as you kick, it'll help your body stay more in motion, and it'll also carry more weight and momentum and power behind the kick. And then the hook kick, I want everybody to kind of try to not lean in your hook kick. Sometimes you may have to just get a little high, but you don't want to lean super far to where you're relying on the kick to bring you back to balance. You want to focus more on technique so your kicks look cleaner and flexibility. So try not to do this in your hook kick. Try to kind of focus on keeping your chest and your hips upright here. Really aim with that ass and bringing that heel up. Not just your knee, but your heel to drive it out and swing it like a ball and chain, if that makes any sense. And then once you get those two kicks down, after you've drilled them over and over and over, make sure you master them, that you understand the movement, and it's just easy as eating a cookie. Then you combine them. So we're going to start with roundhouse, and then we'll do a hook kick kind of like we did when we learned them. So you're going to start squared off. Now in most kicking things as far as turning, I kind of think of things as being like a line and being squared off with that line, making sure every half turn finishes with my feet kind of in that squared off position. So think of it this way, if I'm facing this way, it means my combination should go either that way or that way. But my kicking direction is in front of me or behind me. So I travel that way in these kicks, kicking there, finishing off at squared, going to the hook kick there, but still finishing off squared. Kind of using that idea may help you get a better understanding as to why you might be kicking all the way over here and not being able to hook it there because your feet are this way and you're getting your feet tangled up. So just try and think about planting your feet in a square, being half turned every kick, because these are just the basic kicks, so you're not doing anything too crazy. So for now, just understand that staying squared off in a line. With that, start off squared. You're going to bring your knee up and go into a roundhouse here, finishing squared. Then you're going to turn, look over your shoulder, and go into a hook kick. So when you're drilling the hook kick, if you drill it with the stepping over into the hook kick, the roundhouse kick would basically ideally be that step, but more fancier because you're kicking, step, hook, step. Other side, roundhouse, hook, boom. And then drill that over and over and over. Make it faster, make it more fluid. And when you feel just right, add a jump. So as you come up into that roundhouse kick, you're going to jump off that foot. And this is why it's really important to not let that hand hang back. So what I mentioned before, what we go into later, you're going to use that hand, pull it in to jump into the hook kick and then finish. So that might be one way you can do it. Stay squared up, chest upright, roundhouse kick, boom. As you kick, jump off that foot, turn your shoulders, look over your shoulder, kick, and then come out squared off. So, and it might be kind of hard. Sometimes you might kick and you might stumble forward. So if you do fall a couple times, expect that. Don't be too surprised. Everybody does it. But know that you're not alone. You don't have to feel humiliated because even I did it. And it's kind of fun. So just keep focusing on that bit. It's having fun. And then you're going to get that down nice and smooth. And when you have it down clean, you can drill with the jumps and go 1, 2, boom. And then the other side, 1, 2. And then make them smoother. Maybe add another kick. Or try to combo into it. Or use that as a combo starter and then combo into something afterwards. Your next and last basic combination of these kicks is going to be the opposite. You're going to do a hook kick into a roundhouse instead of doing a roundhouse into a hook kick. So this time you're going to start kind of facing forward like before. You're going to use that step over in front motion to kind of start it. And you're going to keep turning in that direction, looking over your opposite shoulder and kicking with the other foot. And as you do that hook kick, as you step over, bring your arms in here, like so, and turn hard as you pick that hook up, and then jump off that front leg. So you jump, keeping it bent and snapping it still at that 0 point. And as you jump and switch, this is the most retarded part, because everybody kind of messes with their hips. Think about keeping your chest up, not leaning back too far, And as you jump, you're going to turn your hips to face the other side. So you start facing this way. When you jump and switch into that roundhouse kick, you're going to go here, face that way, and then open your kick up. So when you jump, think about that way. And it is weird because your feet are awkward. You got to use that one kick to turn, and you got to jump with it. It's just crazy. So if it feels awkward, that's okay. Understand that it happens, but keep drilling it. Don't pop your hip out of place, and just kind of feel it out. Don't just throw it a couple times and say, oh man, I suck. Focus. Pay attention to how it feels, and then you'll figure it out. You just got to keep drilling it and paying attention to how your body responds. When you get it down more and more after drilling it, you can start jumping higher and making every movement a little bit cleaner. And then when you apply this hook, kick, jump, roundhouse kick, you'll discover you're basically doing a tornado kick. Same thing the other side. The only thing is a tornado kick, instead of kicking, you just bring the knee up bent, like that. Which is a kind of nifty way of learning how to do the hook kick into the roundhouse kick, is to kind of come up, step over, and maybe instead of hook kicking, or extending that leg even, you bring it up bent, and you just keep it here, and then just switch into the roundhouse kick. So if that hook roundhouse is too hard, keep that knee bent on the hook part of the first kick, and then come around the next one. Same thing with the roundhouse kick into the jump hook kick. Instead of roundhouse kicking, if that one's too hard, keep that knee bent as you come around, and just switch right into that hook kick, and it might be a little easier for you to kind of combine them, and then you have much cleaner motions when you're going into it. Hopefully it helped a lot of you guys out. I hope this helped you, find a way to start off in tricking. If you ever wanted to get started, I hope this gave you, a starting point, a guide to, just be well on your way. I think that these movements may not come right away. You may not be able to do like a tornado kick on the first day. It is possible, but if you don't do it, don't be discouraged. Sometimes things take time. All you gotta do is just drill it, train 100% each time, and just kind of really just having fun with it. That's the most important part, is just kind of having fun. It's why we do it, because it's fun. Anyways, I'm Kyle, or Epic, whatever you want to call me. This is my tutorial on tricking basics. If you guys have any questions, please ask me in the comments below. If you guys have any tips that you'd like to add, throw them in the comments below. If this video helped you, and you want to show me, how it's helped you, please feel free to throw in a video response to this video. I accept any and all video responses, so if you have something to say, feel free to throw it up, and everybody will be able to see when they see this tutorial. Thanks a lot, you guys. Take great care. Stay positive. Here's some slow-mo.